Okay, now we're going to clip her face. Again, on her, she's light colored. I tend to do a 15 on standard poodle faces, no matter what color they are. Her owner requested that we do a 10 because anything shorter leaves marks and irritates her pretty good. So, still keep them clippered. You want to find the Adam's apple, which hers is somewhere around here. Hers is right here. Hers is pretty high. You want to come down about an inch. You can do an inch to 2 inches down. I always start with the head up, and you just start here and work your way up. This is a 10. Do it there. I do this part first, then I come up to the ear and I fold the ear back, and you can see where it's been clipped, and I start right in here and come down at the bottom of that ear. I'm going to go ahead and unclip her. If you have an unruly pup type dog or happy hyper, you want to keep that on and do your best. But you do it here, and then you pretty much connect the two here. You see that tickles. Okay. And then you're going to hold your ear back, move this hair, and you can see where we've done it before, from the corner of the eye to the top of the ear here. Come this way. And you clean all that out. I mean, you don't want to leave all this hair. It just invites moisture to stay in the ears. And if you go against the grain of the hair, and the hair on some poodles' faces grows crazy. I'm going to move to the other side. She doesn't have super thick hair, but the white dogs and the black dogs that have really thick hair, oh wow, they have so many cowlicks on their face, it's not even funny. I'm doing this real light. I'm touching her face, but not hard, because like I said, she marks pretty easy. But I've pulled the eye back a little just to help get around that eyeliner area. And it's okay if you take the eyelashes off. They're going to be scissored anyway when you start doing the top knot. But that helps you get close. And you want to pull all this tight so that the hair sticks up. And come into the lip area. Again, make sure your blade's not going to get too warm, not getting too hot. This one's a little warm, I may have to change it in just a second. Same thing on this side. On her, this has been missed last time. I didn't groom her last time, but it doesn't matter. It's a little long there, so we're going to take that off. Just be careful when you come up. This can catch on the clippers, so be careful there. I have a hold of her neck. I have her neck here and her ear here, not pulled tight, but just pulled and held. Where if she starts to want to shake her head, I can move the clippers so that the clippers don't take off half her top knot. So I'm going to connect the two here. Okay, stretch that back out. She's still got a lot of hair under her neck here, so. And you can rough the body in before you rough these shaved parts in, if you want. That way you don't have so much down here. And like I said, I've got her. That's not quite high enough. I'm gonna pull this little snug here, because if you don't pull it snug, I'm not going to do it, but it will bunch. See it? When you do this, it will bunch up. So you have to pull it tight. And then if you get in to this area here, you have some dogs have these that stick out a lot. You touch those, they're going to bleed. So you want to pull all that tight, and I'll show you how in just a second. Stop. Okay. Put it here. I'm going to tie her back up. And we'll do the top. I tend to just come, some people want to make a nice V here. It's not a show dog. It doesn't, I mean, it's not a have to thing. I don't tend to make a big V there. I tend to just go straight across. And come down here on top of the nose. And I tend to take it back up because you miss a whole lot. Because the hair grows differently there. Come up to the eye. Same thing on this side. And I'm pulling down here a little bit from up there. That cleans that up really good. You can also use cordless clippers. The cordless won't tend to get warm like the corded. And to make sure you keep your blades oiled and lubricated so that they stay cooler longer. I'm going to come up underneath here. I'm going to go ahead and get another blade. You can take, a shorter blade around the lips. They don't tend to get irritated around the lips. They tend to get irritated in the cheek area here and under the eye because this hair's a little, and this skin's a little thinner. And then here, and then they'll scratch. And a lot of times the groomers get blamed for cutting a dog here, when in reality they get irritated, so the dog scratches, and then when people don't use a Dremel, but even hard toenails can scratch and leave marks here, and they'll have a big scab here and a big scab here from them scratching. So if your dog starts scratching, you can get like a Neosporin or a cortisone cream and put there if they start it so that it won't itch anymore. You see how she's panting like that. You don't really want to clip her with their mouth open and their tongue hanging out because you're probably going to clip their tongue. So I changed it to a 15 to go around her muzzle area or her mouth area. And it's not significantly shorter than a 10. So you really won't see much difference. And on smaller dogs, like toy poodles and miniatures, I tend to take a 30 to the top, to the bridge of the nose. Not on a white dog, but up here, and to clean up right in here, I take a 30 to a smaller dog, but not the standards. They don't always like their whiskers clippered. I'm sure it feels funny. So just, you want to hold the mouth shut, not tight, but just where you can feel if they're fixing to lick or start panting. Then what I do for the fleas, which is this area right here where it gets nasty, it can get kind of gross, put your finger inside their mouth and pull that tight, and you can get to it real easy. Because other than that, if you just pick it up, you're not getting in there. She's going to squinch her mouth tight. See, she's pulling them in real hard right now. Some dogs do it like they're going to give you a big kiss. They just pucker their lips as hard as they can. And you don't want to hit the tooth if you can help it. They don't really like that. And then here, I just take my finger underneath the lip and do that area there. And then on this side, you take your finger and you turn that lip out. They're nice and gentle, that way they're not trying to pull. If you've got a dog that's pulling more, you can hold this and push it out like that. So she's not pulling, so I'm able to do that. Some dogs don't really care for you in their mouth. Puppies don't really care for you in their mouth like that. Then you can raise the lips and get this. A lot of people forget this part right here. It just has this little sticking out thing when you forget it. It's funny when they start panting, which most dogs are going to do. Then you really see it. All right, that's the face. Make sure it's even. I know this is a 15. I'm just going to take it a little bit tighter right there. Okay.